This is Auto Collision Technology. In our program, we work on the outside bodies of vehicles. We're the ones who make them shine. We begin with metal straightening, MIG welding, oxyacetylene torches, and then painting and refinishing. In the junior year, you each get your own fender, and Mr. Hessel put 4 dents in the fender, and you are to straighten them out. Once you get past that part, you fit your fender to the vehicle, you weld a repair patch, and then you learn painting and refinishing. Senior year is all about painting, paint defects, refinishing, and then the frame machine. Our frame machine has lasers that bounce off of the vehicle to tell you which part of the frame is bent and needs repaired. As far as painting and refinishing, we have a $100,000 spray booth in the back of our lab to follow all of the OSHA requirements for painting.
All right, well, the first thing you do is you take your dent, you evaluate your dent. You check out where the low spots and the high spots are and determine where you set your dolly first. The lowest point of your dolly, most people think you just push that out. Well, actually, you have to work it from the outside in, because if you just push it out from the inside, it stretches the metal and you get an oil can. And then you have to take the torches and shrink them. Well, whenever Arius gave me that dent, I had to check it, see where the outside was, where the primary damage was, and then what just happened because of the primary damage. You know, what happened first, what happened second, then I have to do what happened second, and then I have to do what happened first, and then it brings back to the original. Now, I take the Vixen file. I use that file just to check, you know, where the high spots are on it, where the low spots are, what's level, you know, because there's high, low, and then there's level, and it's really hard to get level. That's why, you know, there's special metal straighteners, you know. Well, the body hammer weighs approximately 1/3 that dolly that I had in my hand does. So what happens whenever I hit the metal, the dolly's a reaction to the action of the hammer blow. Now the dolly, whenever I tap it with the hammer, the dolly bounces back and then taps the back. So the dolly's really just there as a hammer in the back, or just like as an anvil, you know, with like making swords or something. You know what I'm saying? A hammer on that. Well, after I do that, I check it, and after I check it, I see what, you know, where I brought the, you know, high ridge to, because the ridge is actually holding the metal down. Without that ridge, you wouldn't have any low spot or high spot. The ridge is like a crease in a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? You fold the piece of paper and there's a crease, then you can't really, you know, bend it. It's the strongest structural part of anything. And well, whenever I check it and I, you know, find out where it is, I move the dolly either closer to the middle, or, you know, there's going to be like little ponds or whatever, you know, out there that are lower than the rest, just out there floating. It's not going to be all one uniform whenever it comes out, because I'm going to still have ripples. And the ripples are the worst parts to get out, because what you have to do is you have to like specialize in one area. Pretty much you have to take your dolly, and the less surface area, like your dolly isn't only used one way. Your dolly's used in like every side, every angle, every corner of your dolly, every crevice of your dolly can be used in a certain way. Like, I like to use the edge of my dolly because it's less surface area, and, you know, I don't have to hit it as hard, because like, say the surface area is like half as much as the original surface area. Say like a car weighs 1,000 pounds, all right, and then I take that car and I make it, you know, half the size but still weigh as much. It's going to actually have 2,000 pounds of force, you know, on the ground. And well, the smaller the surface area of the dolly is, the more it actually brings out the dent at a time. And that's pretty much it, man. You just check your Vixen file, and if it has scratches all the way through it, you can tell how deep the scratches are by the metal shavings. And if the scratches are super deep, that means it's super high. You know, if the scratches are just perfect, you know, just along with everything else, if it's just as shiny as everything else, then, you know, it's level and contour. But if you don't see any scratches or really light scratches, then it's not level. Now, even if it's like a 1/4 of a millimeter off lower, the file won't touch it. The file is super accurate. It's like it's an old thing that Hess likes, and it's just something. It's just yeah.